Okay, now we're into part 2 of the backlinking strategy. Now, this is quite advanced stuff now, so I'm going to tell you about it. You might need to watch this video a few times and take it in, take notes, but this is really quite powerful stuff. And in this part of the course, I'm going to show you how you can automate all of this backlink process. Now, I do use some tools to be able to do this, so I've invested in something that allows me to do this, but what it actually does is it saves me a whole lot of time. Instead of going through these web pages one by one, posting my link, then going back and indexing them, the whole thing can take quite a lot of time, and my time is very valuable, so I've invested in this software that does it at the push of a button. I'm going to show you some of the ones that are available and the different comparisons and why I've chosen the actual software that I've chosen to use. You can use any one of them. They all pretty much do the same thing. What I'm talking about here is syndication. So I have this software, syndication software, and I load all of my expired Web 2.0 sites on there, and there's a bunch of other sites that I've got as well. And then I'm gonna go through and give you a step-by-step insight into how it all works. But basically, you just push one button and it sends out your backlink to a ton of these different pages. So I think I have like 50 or 60 pages in there at this moment, and it's still growing. So I'll just show you some of the different syndication softwares you can use. The one that I use is called SyndLab. There is a link in the description below if you want to get SyndLab. I think when I bought it, it was $67 for the Pro version, where you get an unlimited amount of campaigns and backlinks every single month. So in my eyes, this is the best value for money. There's also a very similar product, does exactly the same thing. It's called SyndWire. Now, this is a monthly charge, and as you can see, it's quite expensive. And I think you're limited to the amount of networks that you can send to. You're limited to the amount of campaigns, and that's the reason why I didn't get SyndWire. That's the reason why I got SyndLab, but SyndWire does exactly the same thing. There's also another tool called OnlyWire, and they have a free version, so this might be something that you want to consider. I think they are highly limited on the amount of stuff you can do. You see social profiles, you can only have 4. You can only do 100 submissions a month, so you are very limited, because with one submission, I'm blasting it to around 100, maybe more, just for one video. So you can try it out with OnlyWire if it's something that you want to try out for free. And then they have the paid packages. The lowest one is $99 a month, and you get 1,000 submissions, which is more than enough, but bearing in mind this is a monthly fee, so it all adds up after a while. There is another one that is completely free, which is really quite good, and it's called IFTTT. Now, that stands for If This Then That. Now, this isn't really a push button syndication software, because it doesn't actually, you have to go in there and you have to copy and paste the links again after you've done all of this. But for a free tool, it's really, really, really good, and they should actually be charging for this, actually. So I use both of them. I use IFTTT and SyndLab. Now, I'm going to give you a quick overview about how SyndLab works, but the first thing that you need to do is you need to put your description here into a syntax code. Now, that does sound a bit mumbly jumbly, but I'm just going to show you what this is. So I'm just going to copy this, and I do actually use a tool that makes this a lot easier for me. I think it's around $50 a year or something like that, but you might be able to find some free ones online. Just have a look, but I will put a link for this one in the description if this is something that you want to get. I mean, you don't have to use this. You can do it all manually, but it does take a bit of time, and time is something that is very precious to me, like I said. So I use these softwares to speed things up. So what this does is, when you want to try and make your description unique, and if you're going to be putting it on 50 different blogs and it has exactly the same worded description, Google doesn't really look too kindly on that, and it can actually penalize all of those blogs for doing that. So you want to make each description different. Now, if you're going to be doing this 50 times, it's going to take a long time. So this is why I use this tool called Spintax, and you can actually learn how to write this Spintax yourself. So what it does, you just highlight a word, and it'll give you different options that have the same meaning, but just worded differently. So instead of "thanks for watching my 2-day profits review," you could have "many thanks for." Let's see what else you got. "I appreciate." No, that's not going to make sense. See, some of these don't make sense. You need to go through. Right, video. See what the options are for there. Video clip, online video, picture, video recording. 2-day profits is a video clip course, online video course. Okay, let's just go with it for this example. Now, course. Highlight that. 2-day profits is a video course, is a video system, is a video program, video training course. There we go. And presented, we could probably change this word here. Introduced, offered, shown, given. The course is presented. The course is introduced, is provided, is released, launched, issued. Okay, that'll do. Let's just scroll down, see what else we have in here that we can use. Okay, squeeze page, landing page, lead capture page. Right, you get the idea, and what it basically does is it will change your text. It will put these kind of squiggly brackets on each end, and then it will put the options with these straight line things. They look like an L. There's actually a button on your keyboard next to the squiggly brackets. If you press shift, and then it's kind of on the far right underneath backspace and just above enter, then you put those in between the options of the different words that you can use. So I'm just going to show you an example. I went through the article and did a full Spintax of it, and here we go, video description Spintax, and as you can see, it's put the whole thing, the whole article here, into Spintax. So what you would then go and do is just highlight that and copy it. I'm going to log into SindLab, and I'm going to show you exactly what this tool does and why I've chosen to use this one. So what you would do, first of all, you need to add all of your accounts. I have a total of 53 accounts in here. It's relatively easy to do, straightforward. Just remember, every time you add a new account, you need to change your IP address, and you'll need to change your profile using Firefox, okay? Because it communicates with each of your WordPress sites or Blogger sites or Tumblr or anything via API. So when you initially load it onto SindLab, you need to make sure that you have a different IP and a different profile on Firefox. But after that, it does all the communication via API, so you don't have to worry about IPs and all of that stuff anymore after you've done that. So you load up your accounts, and then you'll go to campaigns, and then add a tiered campaign. Now, this is another advanced strategy. It's called tiered link building. Basically, what you do is you have, I generally have 3 sets of tiers. Now, on the first tier, the first level, then I have my very best, my very best page authority sites. Usually all the ones that I bought from Fiverr or Conquer, the most expensive ones. I put them there, and then what this does is you will post your description, title, and link on there. And then when you get down to the second tier, I usually have my kind of mid price, maybe some that I've paid for, some that are free, and I put them in the second tier. And then what that does is it will post links onto those pages that link to the pages from the top tier. So, for example, you have a WordPress site on your top tier with your YouTube video link in here. Then on the second tier, it's going to be posting a link to this top WordPress site. And what that does is it gives extra, we call link juice, to this top link. Now, this top link is pointing to your YouTube video, which gives it an extra strong boost to put it further up YouTube. Okay, if you want to know more about tiered link building, then just do a Google search on it. It's quite complicated. It's probably not something that you really need to understand what it's all about. You just need to understand that it works, and this is how you do it. So the campaign name, I'm going to go 2-day profits review 2. Okay, this isn't going to show up anywhere. This is just for my SyndLab purposes only. I've already done one 2-day profits review previously, so I don't want to get it mixed up. Dripping, I'm going to put them all at once. This is fine with YouTube. If you're doing this as a website on Google, you probably want to drip it because it looks more natural rather than blasting a load of backlinks all at once. You can get away with doing this on YouTube and it's fine. So we're going to add a tier, and when I added my accounts, I separated them into my premium WordPress and blog sites, my tier 2 and my tier 3. So for the tier 1, I'm going to use what I call my top tier. For my tier 2, I'm going to use tier 2, and for my tier 3, I'm going to use tier 3. Create that. And then we take our Spintax video description here, we just copy it, okay, and then there's 3 different types of sites that I've uploaded onto this. There's social sites, so these are places like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And then I have my blog sites, which are like WordPress, Tumblr, Blogspot, Blogger, all the rest of them. And then we have social bookmarks, and I actually got my social bookmarks free when I bought SyndLab. They actually give you a number of social bookmarking sites free every single month, which is great. So for the social editor, actually let me do the blog one first because I've just copied that. Just paste it in there, all the syntax, and what this will do, it will, to each and every blog that it posts to, it's going to post a different version of it depending on the words that you put into your Spintax. So for example, for this example, we have 3 different words to choose from, 3 different phrases within the Spintax. So it's going to say on the first blog, pop-ups on your squeeze page, this one, with examples there for you to copy. On the second one, it's going to say pop-ups on your lead capture page with examples there for you to copy. And then on the third one, it's going to say pop-ups on your landing pages with examples there for you to copy. So it's going to make every single page that's posted on each of these blogs unique, which is great. It saves us a hell of a lot of time. So we've copied that and we've pasted that in there. We just need to go and get our blog title, or the title that we saved earlier. Just copy that, put it in there, and we put some tags in. Now these tags are just 1-word tags, so as soon as you hit the spacebar, it's going to separate them. 2-day profits review demo bonus scam. Okay, let's put them all in there. And then video embed code, you'll need to go back over to your YouTube video. We should have actually done this before. Click on the main title here, and then we'll be given the option, the share button. That's the one we need to click on here. And then we'll be able to get our embed code, which is the second option in the middle. Copy that, go back over to SyndLab, paste it in. Don't need to attach a video, don't need to attach an image. Let's just copy our video URL a couple more times to make sure that it's actually definitely in there. We don't want this to be missed out. Put it in there twice. Alright, and then we go to the social editor. We'll just paste in the URL of our YouTube video right away, and then we'll just copy and paste the title there, put some colons and a space. Then we will go to bookmark editor. Again, we'll get the title, the link URL, put some tags in. 2-day profits review demo bonus scam. Okay, and then we put our a short description below. So again, I'm just going to copy the very first paragraph here, paste that in, super simple, and then click on save. Now what this is going to go and do is blast it out to all of these 53 sites that I have on here, and these will load up shortly. It'll blast them out and it'll tell us in the reports whether it's actually successfully been posted or not. Generally it has, and then all we got left to do after this is go through and then index the main sites from the tier 1. Remember I told you about the premium pages? Go through and index them one by one. So this is most of them here. Just going to give you a quick example. Just right click, open it up. You see a couple of them weren't successful yet. They will probably be successful shortly. And what I usually do is I get the ones from Twitter. These are really quite powerful as well. I try to mix it up a bit, but generally all of my WordPress sites I will copy and paste these into the Google indexing tool. Oops. Now here you go, we've been hit with the verification stuff. Oops, street signs, either street signs or vehicles. Okay, so verify and hit submit. So just go through all of these sites that you've got and index them one by one. Okay, so that shows you how to do spin tags, and it shows you how to use a syndication tool like SyndLab. Now, using IFTTT, if this then that, I'll quickly show you how to use this, because this is completely free, and it's great to start off with making one of these IFTTT accounts first. So what you want to do is you will be linking this up with your YouTube account. Now I currently have this linked up with my other YouTube account, but what you'll do is you will first you're going to create an applet. Now what an applet is this is the thing, it's a bit like a domino effect. Okay, so the first line in the domino effect is your YouTube video. So if this is going to be our YouTube channel, we just search for YouTube. So if our YouTube channel is new public video uploaded by you, of course you have a couple of other options there as well, but if a new public video is uploaded by you, then it triggers this to happen. So this is the next thing we need to choose. So click on this, and then we're gonna go to, let's just go to Tumblr, okay? Or you could choose WordPress. There's so many different applications. As you can see, you scroll through here, they've got pretty much every single application in the world on here. Now, not all of these will work with YouTube, but let's just go with Tumblr, and it will create, let's see, Tumblr blog. Let's just go with this one here. Okay, create a video post. So it's going to have your video, it's going to have your URL embed code, which is going to take from your newly uploaded video. It's going to put it onto Tumblr with your embed code. It's going to include the caption in there, which is going to be your description from your YouTube video, and it's going to have tags. So I don't think we need these in there, but anyway, let's just leave it. And then it's going to publish straight away. So we create that action, and then what happens is, as soon as we've uploaded a video on our YouTube channel, it's going to send it straight to Tumblr, and it's going to upload it on there. So there will be a link from Tumblr automatically that goes back to our YouTube video, which in turn is going to boost it up the rankings. So you can do this for Tumblr, and you just go back to my applets and you create a new one. You can make one for Blogger, WordPress, LinkedIn. Just try and register for every single app that they have on here that you can use with YouTube. Now, if you go back to Fiverr, if you don't really want to spend the time in registering for every single one of those apps that are on the list there, which can take a long time, you can get somebody to do it on Fiverr for you. You've got to love this place. So you just type in IFTTT, and you should come up with a list of gigs. So for $5, somebody will go and register all of your IFTT accounts for you. So just have a look through there and just look for something that says register IFTTT. And there's even some gigs on here. I won't find that. There's even some gigs on Fiverr that will actually go and set up the whole thing for you. Now those might be a little bit more expensive, but just go and see what you can find, because that'll be a big time saver for you. So I hope you enjoyed those little backlink tips and tricks there. And in the next part, we'll talk about an alternative way of uploading your video.